Hey everyone, what's up? So I had an idea last night when I was playing around with Calzaghe and doing my kind of building out a roster of fighters that I felt suited my style. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go through all the middleweights and test them all out. I'm gonna do an episode of each um, one fighter per episode, and we're gonna cover them all and go over um, the things they do well, the things they don't do well, their strengths, their weaknesses, how their blocking is, their combos, their perks, all that kind of stuff. This way, we're going to get a better idea of the fighters in the weight class that we're usually fighting in. And we're going to start off with blue side practice again, because that's where we struggle the most. Okay, so I don't need to start out with Canelo. I already know Canelo. Connor Benn, he's only an 81, but we're going to do it. And we're going to obviously do our testing against the one that everyone seems to use the most in middleweight, which is Canelo. I will also do some testing with Roy Jones as well, but the first series of testing we're going to do against Canelo. What other characters get spammed in this division a lot that you guys notice? Sugar Ray Leonard or Robinson. I'll do some tests against those guys too, but we're going to start out with Saul as our first opponent for these tests. So we're going to run through all the middleweights against Saul on Undisputed AI. And I'll eventually do a series like this too using the other camera angle, and we'll cover what I feel are the benefits and the disadvantages of the ringside dolly camera angle. I do feel like from how I've used it so far, it definitely has advantages, but sometimes it sways in way too close and kind of screws you up, or it'll circle around really quickly when you kind of need to be focusing on a certain side of the fight. So I feel like it's a good camera angle. It just needs some work. Maybe if it was zoomed out a little bit more on kind of, and even maybe more on a slightly downward angle looking at the fighters. I don't know. I'd like to see some more camera angles added in for sure later down the road. But some tweaks to ringside dolly would be cool.
He stands 173 centimeters tall, and his reach is the exact 100.
Okay, so we got a 9-point difference here. This is probably the biggest difference gap in terms of points that I've had in terms of fighting AI. My dad played around with Eddie Hall, but I've really not experimented with too many of the lower tier fighters yet. So we're going to try Connor Benn, Mr. Eggs for Breakfast, and we're going to see how good we can do against Mr. Tainted Taco Meat. So one of them ate too many eggs. One of them ate Tainted Taco Meat.
From Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo.
Alrighty. So we're going to practice our blocking, our inside fighting, our in and out, and our foot positioning. Yesterday I was making a lot of mistakes with getting too close to the opponent and not working my maximum range and distance the best I could for my punches. This is something I find of myself tunnel visioning a lot when I do. I'll just keep pushing the directional stick forward when I'm punching the person. So I find that's another advantage to being able to watch your fights back. I'd like to see a replay system eventually in this game because it has a lot of advantages to be able to watch your fights back and see what you did wrong, what you could have done better. So let's make sure we're doing a better job of keeping our range. We'll try not to lean into as many shots and not be as lazy. Wow, our head's already yellow. But then again, remember, we have a big difference in points right now. We might not be able to have too much success on the inside. So We need to make sure we're fighting smart. Got that big 9-point difference. I think Connor Benn is supposed to be a welterweight, so we're up a weight class here from where he's normally at.
Tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Okay, we're doing better with our blocking than we did yesterday, that's for sure. At least right now. Oh, I should have thrown a faster punch off of that. Could have had a better counter.
Missed him with that uppercut. Nice offensive display landing that left counter. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go.
Came back with some good shots there. Got a good block. Okay, that was a decent round, I guess. Warm-up round. We were good with our stamina. 7% stamina burn. But we inflicted some decent damage on him, so that's good. So far for an 81 and being up a weight class from his optimal weight class, I feel he's not bad. He's got some decent power, but you all saw how fast Canelo got me into the almost orange. It was like light yellow. He's got so much power, and when you're a 9-point difference, you're going to feel that, which is okay. I do think when it's like a 4-point difference, 5-point difference, it shouldn't be as noticeable as it is right now, and I'd like to see that change eventually. But something like this with a 9-point difference and a guy being up a weight class from his optimal size, you're going to see that, so that's to be expected. So let's try to continue cleaning up our blocking. Let's try to get better counter shots off here and clean up our stick work. My stick is not the best when I'm on blue side, but that's something we're going to continue to improve upon. Try getting some more shots in between his punches here and work our diagonal angles. Want to be trying to get our lead foot on the outside of his lead foot. It's hard to do when it's two orthodox fighters. Oh, I see how I pulled down at the last second for a body block, but he was actually going head there. I'm lucky that missed. Okay, he caught me there. Let's make sure we don't get too hurt here. Use more movement than we used yesterday because we were getting kind of complacent with not moving and just depending on our blocking.
I'd like to see this fighter protect themselves a little better.
We might have to start opening him up here with some body shots. He's shelling pretty well right now.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the
Ooh, cut that
the respect
with a
both
good block
fighters
right
have
at the last
for each
second.
other, because no one dares
So see,
do
I
anything
tend to
to
do a much better job blocking when I don't anticipate the shot and just hold the button. It's better when you try to get in a rhythm and catch the shots as they come in. I find I react to the punches better that way. Everyone's different though, so find out what works best for you when you're practicing your blocking.
Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division.
Okay, we're actually getting some decent work in on him here.
And I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful.
It's going to be really dangerous to trade with him on the inside right now until we can maybe take him into the later rounds. See, as we shift our feet and get off the center line, we have a better chance of hitting him. It's difficult to get that lead foot on the outside of his lead foot when you're two orthodox fighters, but it's possible. Okay, so we went through a little too much stamina that round. Maybe we'll take this round off and have a jab-heavy round, but let's try to really be disciplined with that. We need to try to minimize the difference in terms of stats by dragging him into the later rounds. This is something you need to do when you're against someone who's just coming out to try to take your head off in the early rounds, or someone like this where you have a point difference in terms of the two fighters. You need to try to minimize that difference, negate it by taking them later into the fight. Not all fights need to end in 4 rounds.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time. There's the bell for round 3.
So let's try to stay on the outside with some jabs here. if we can minimize the damage we take and get some counters in, that'll be nice. So there's a good one. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. So we're getting some good jabs in here. Unfortunately, I got cut there, I think. I saw a cut come up. So when you make a miss, step to the side. Unfortunately, we got caught there. But that's okay. We're making him burn some stamina here. That's good. See, again, I pulled low, but he went high. So luckily that missed, and that's why you got to use movement. I'm not sure how that hit me, but we'll see. I'll rewatch that. Thought I shelled that, but it hit me in the head and then said it was a body shot. I'm not sure what. Whoa, ho, ho. Okay. That was weird.
Don't just look at the head punches they throw. Look at the body shots. That could be the real difference.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so
Okay, this is a good round we're taking off here.
just gotta be smarter than him.
We're not taking a whole lot of damage, and we've landed some good counters on him. We've made him burn some stamina.
If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got
And we've gotten some good counters in. I'm thinking we're conserving stamina pretty good here. We'll see. So we were at 84, I believe. Thought I blocked that, but
This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
we're getting him to throw a lot of shots here.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go.
Okay, we ate a couple big body shots there and got cut.
Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next
Okay, we got him to use up some stamina. We used up some stamina, not much, maybe 6%. I think he used up around 6%. We got an eye cut now. So let's try, let's go into loose stance and see if we can get some good damage in on him with some counters and combos here.
Keep his momentum going.
But this is where it's dangerous because he's going to open up on us and he does a lot more damage.
Showing exceptional tens, by the way.
We're going to have to really be on point with our blocking. Oh, there. See, it only took two. Only took two shots. Boom, boom.
Slow motion. Let's take another
And then the knockout. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Canelo does kind of the damage that all the fighters in this game should be doing, but minus a little bit. Especially in the heavyweight classes. Like, the game would feel a lot better if everyone had about the damage output of Canelo, but slightly lower.
big shot just rattled his cage. Ben has no idea where he is right now.
I have no idea where I is right now.
Somehow weathered the storm.
All right, we're going to have to
Not the best start, but you don't want the cornerman now.
kind of survive the round here.
Get through
This
the
one didn't go
round,
the way I wanted it to.
regroup, like freshen up, boom, different tactics.
Still get a little bit of sneaky cheekies in. But we're going to need to recover here for sure.
He missed with that jab. There's a big difference between being
I'm starting to mess up on my blocking. I'm pulling low when they're coming high.
Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen
Oof.
some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be.
This is not going to be an easy fight, that's for sure. So, we've learned we definitely can't go in loose stance and try to slang it with him. He's just got too much power.
Here, but just barely. Beautiful counter shot.
So we're going to have to drag it in to later rounds. It's still too early.
So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
You're being put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
We're still getting some good damage on him. He's still having to burn quite a bit of stamina. So we're still in this fight. We need to just survive and keep picking him and whittling him down. We might have to win this one on points. So far, Connor Benn feels pretty good. I like his punch animations, his blocking, his body movement is good, his footwork is good. It's hard to say how good he is in this weight class because Obviously, I think he's supposed to be in welterweight, but he's pretty good for an 81 middleweight. Let's see how the rest of this fight works out. I haven't really noticed the benefit of his perks yet. I think he's got the same kind of perks as his dad,
Unfortunately, this fight-
Nigel Benn. I think it's power straights and
There's the
uppercuts that have added damage and
Let's see
chance
how
to
he
flash
bounces back
knockout.
here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to
So let's try to be a little smarter now. We know we can't really bang with this guy.
He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are
See how
gone.
fast he can
So
get his
this,
orange in the
you
body.
watch what's gonna happen. If he
That
doesn't,
massive
I'm
point
very,
difference.
very surprised.
And his perk, it's really making us pay when we messed up.
Good left counter that lands. And he misses with the left uppercut. That's another scoring shot.
Okay, there's a couple good shots. Get out of there.
They score with that left hand.
Make him miss. Oh, I almost had that power uppercut. Our body's
This
red.
fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood.
Got a good counter there.
If you hit and you know you're in there with a
Oh,
bang,
he got us with a good counter right back.
You've got to be confident.
Some nice exchanges
Got him.
from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight
just
will
does
say,
so
you
much
know
more
what,
damage and has that
knocked
huge
above
difference.
me, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Oh, too bad we couldn't follow that up with something.
Not a lot of defense here at all. Why aren't they keeping their gloves up? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in
Oh,
this one.
got us with a big shot there. We're hanging in there.
Let's talk about Alvarez. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Leaves the
We're
knockout
winning on
without a
points.
doubt. Leaves the
Besides that
knockout
knockdown
without a
round with the
doubt.
10-8 he's going to have, we're winning on points.
You're getting it.
I definitely feel like the only way we're going to have a real chance at winning this is going deep into the later rounds. His stamina is a little high for where ours is, and for the strategy we're probably going to have to use to win this fight. So we need to try to get him to burn some more stamina, and for us to not lose so much in this round, so we can try to get that a little more even. This is going to be a hard job. We're going to have to kind of play defensive
That was a tough
and
last
still
round.
try to get some
Now
damage in.
you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Caught us with a big shot there. Oh, this is not good.
How do they use this fighter's aggression?
Can't even really get touched by him right now. Or cut. In terms of the fighters I've used lately, I'd say Nigel Benn cut's kind of easy. I've never had a two-tier cut this quick.
The perfect counter lands.
We're lucky we blocked those shots.
Big shots from both of these fighters.
There, we got out of the way
Gotta be
just in
careful,
time
though.
there.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Oh, we got him with a good shot there. We just can't really inflict serious damage on him.
Both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
We're just too small right now. And underpowered. We got a good combo in on him there. That got him.
Nice punch.
Gotta make sure we're blocking a lot of his. But we're definitely gonna get put down again. Got him in the orange.
This is a high-octane battle.
Let's not get too greedy here.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go.
Got a couple good body shots in there. Thought he was going to come in. That would have been able to really get him.
Let's talk about Alvarez. Well, he is
Okay, we got him into the 60s.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
We're at 52. So if we can get him down into the low 60s, high 50s next round, right when we're kind of hitting the low end of stamina cap, that's going to give us a chance. But if he's going to be in the 60s while we're in like the 30s or low 40s, that'll be a problem. And his head health is a little too high right now. We're not going to really be able to get him rocked with, unless it's like a perfect shot or perfect couple counters. It's going to be hard. So this is probably going to have to be a point win,
There's the bell to start round
which
7.
we're only up by
Safe to
1
say
point.
that
So we
last
can't
round
really
was
get
a
on our bike
nightmare.
right now. We're
See
going to
if
have
we
to
can
still
turn it
fight.
around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there.
And it's
again.
high risk for
Be
us to
smart, be
do what we
sharp.
need to do right now,
Don't
because
miss
it's going to
it,
have to
don't
be
get
inside
suckered in.
fighting to
Make
try to
him
catch him
fight
good
your
and clean
fight. Hold
in
him,
between
tie
one of
him
his
up
shots.
just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
I think it's safe to say one of these
I let go of
fighters
block too
certainly
soon.
has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
What you got to do, Tony, is
Work some
anticipation.
jabs.
You've got to wait. You've got to.
Oh, our head's red again.
To the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are
Got a
coming
good
from.
counter there
You
on
just
him.
gotta put him dead.
He
just missed.
Should be playing defense right now. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. That one will count.
Ooh. I got lucky there.
He just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor
Okay, we got him
mistake.
with some good damage there.
Power. That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Good counter punching.
I feel like we are
Another
definitely
scoring
winning
shot
this
there.
round right now.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Can they finish it? Let's talk about Alvarez. Well, he
Okay,
is
we
a
got him
great
right at the
showman
bottom
here.
at
He may have been saved by
60.
the bell.
I've been in fights like that.
We got 4 more rounds. We're going to go into round 10, and then we're going to loose stance it.
After last round.
Oh, that just missed.
Back and forth they go.
Oh, no, I took too big of a chance. I tried to wind up a power uppercut and get him into it, and my punch just totally messed up.
Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
That might be it. I hate when I tell myself I've got to execute a strategy, but then I just go in and do something dumb like that.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Okay, let's survive. Let's not give this fight
Having a
away.
hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're gonna
Oh, that hit me in the head. I thought it was going body.
to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
That's right, Johnny Nelson. Sound advice from Johnny Nelson there. I know not to be doing that, but I'm doing it anyways like an idiot. This is why it's so good to practice, because it's all about mental strength to be able to actually execute what you want to do and what you're intending to do.
Final 10 seconds
And it's
here.
so easy to get tunnel vision and fall out of your strategy.
it's
Okay,
over,
he's at
that
55, we're at
knockdown is gonna
39.
be huge. Both fighters starting to get tired
This is
as
gonna
we
be
start
difficult.
round 9. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out.
One thing I really need to work
fresh
on
as
is
a
my
daisy.
distance
That's not gonna
management.
happen. He's got a hustle, man. He's got a
I can see the advantage to just working with one fighter, because you really need to get used to the length of his arms and how far you need to be away for the punch to land.
Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
We're in survival mode right now, trying to keep him at bay with power jabs.
But it's not give them what they want, because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe to toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day.
Remember, it's dangerous for us to really go on a bike right now and just run from him. We've been knocked down twice, so he could easily have the point lead on us,
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
depending on what rounds the judges gave to him.
And they get out of the way of that left hand.
There was a good counter. Good block. Good counter.
punch. Good counter right hand again.
There's another good shot. Oh, that just missed.
This is a high-octane battle. Hey, those punches add up.
Counter.
So much firepower here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one.
Three seconds.
Let's talk about Alvarez.
Lie down, bud.
From this moment forward,
Lie
you
down.
cannot afford to lose another round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
He's absolutely knackered, man. He's knackered. He's fine. Don't let him get a compliment. He's gonna be stressing about his death count now.
Okay, after this one, I'm going to take my dog for a walk, and then we'll be coming back for the next episode. So we got him down to 51% as we're hitting the bottom end. This is going to keep it at least realistically possible for us to do something. But again, we're going to try to have to outpoint him, and it's not going to be easy.
This is the 10th.
So we're up by 1 point.
That last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That last round was a nightmare.
When we talk about a fighter having power, don't just look at the head punches they throw.
It's
Look
difficult
at
for us
the
to try to get
body
him to
shots.
gas more, because that means we got to stand in there and get him throwing.
Courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger,
And we're just
stronger,
getting the
and
crap beat out of
faster.
us still.
You just gotta use brain there.
It's going to have to be a lot of movement and jabs.
Right hook.
Still getting him with some good shots
Good
here.
punch. Nice job landing that left counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment.
Get back to the center of the ring, ring control, because we got to try to outpoint him here, so we need to make sure we're not just running
Some
and
nice
staying on the
exchanges
ropes.
from both
We
men
have to get
in
back to
this
the center.
round. This fighter has tested their opponent's power and apparently isn't impressed as they continue to walk through all these power shots.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented. Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind
Okay,
off the
got some good
everything
blocks
around
in there.
that. Work the body, use tactics sometimes. It's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Lands with the right counter. They exchange punches.
Getting some good shots in between his
We want
punches
action,
here.
And they are giving us action.
Connor Benn definitely has some good pop on his shots. You can see with a
This
9-point
round could go
difference,
either way.
even in
10 seconds to go.
middleweight here against Canelo. And I'm gassed. He's still doing some good damage. So, definitely say he's not that bad at all. I'd like to try him in welterweight, in his actual weight class. Okay, so we've got Canelo down into the same range as us in terms of stamina. If we can get him into the 30s, that's when we're going to go into loose stance and try to go for the kill. His head health, or his overall health, sorry, is lower than ours. His head health is lower than ours. So the war of endurance has paid off. It's given us a chance. So we're going to stay in regular stance for this round and try to recover some health. And then in the last round, if we can get him a little more gassed here, we'll go for it.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges.
Oh, no, come on.
And he just misses with that jab.
Okay, well, I guess this
When we
test
talk
is
about a
over.
fighter having power, don't just look at the head punches that grow. Look at the body shots. That can be the real difference.
Todd, we know one of these fighters can knock you out with a
And still get
simple
used to
jab.
Connor Benn's
They're
punching
that
here.
powerful.
Maybe not.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
I'd assume with the career mode patch, this is going to be fixed, right?
In this round. That's a scoring left hand. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much... Oh, my word! Canelo just got clipped!
The recovery time on this is just, like, ridiculous.
Keeping those drugs up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed. That left counter was perfectly timed. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alvarez. Look at all that blood.
All right.
But he's still wanting to
This is
come
going to
out
be
for
the round we go for it here. We should be winning on points from when he went all crazy there in the corner.
Let's see what we've got in store for us here.
Good work the last round. Be smart. Don't get too braggadocious. You get turned over and walk into the shot, and that's the last thing you want.
Nice counter
Getting
shot.
some good work in here. Starting to get used to Connor Benn's range.
You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo.
So when you're in loose stance, you want to take advantage of it and move around, slip shots.
And he misses with that jab.
Oh, what? I'm not sure what I was winding up for there, but I just stood still all of a sudden. Oh, a power uppercut. Those take forever to wind up. I was trying to throw a power straight.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He got up. Now it's going to be really close.
Make it up, and this fight continues.
We cannot get put down again if we want a chance to win this.
How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen
One
some
shot I'd
guys
like to
fight
see changed a little bit is the power uppercut, especially on fighters that are known to use it a lot.
the strength they have, the
It
speed
takes
they have,
like a
that's
good
not
second and a
bad.
half to wind it up. And if you throw it by accident, you are just like stuck.
So you've got to be careful.
How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
Oh, that's annoying. When you come in time a perfect shot and for some reason it just doesn't register.
Nice counter. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure.
That's going to be interesting on the cards.
Not sure about the judges on
Oh,
this
he
one.
won it. Split decision.
Split
The
decision
3
win.
knockdowns.
Split decision. How one-sided does it have to be? A split decision. Who's doing this?
Let's see the stats. So I won on 1 card, he won on 2. We had a 48% accuracy on 776 punches. He threw 617 with a 43% accuracy. So we did all right there. We landed a good percentage of our power shots. We blocked all right. We got a lot of counters in. We just got caught with some bad shots, and we got stupid at times, not following our strategy, and that's what happens. So we threw 86 in that round, 47%, 45% on 91, 46% on 63, 62% on 50. That was a low percentage round. That was another low percentage round. Okay, so overall, Connor Benn, I felt, was pretty good for an 81. Again, being in a suboptimal weight class for himself. Let's see here. He is an 81. He's got 81 heart, 79 defense, 85 strength, 83 speed, 81 stamina, 79 vitality. And he has increased damage on power punch straight punches thrown to the head by 25%. Increased flash knockdown chance on power punches thrown by 50%. Bounce back. Upon entering the gas state, when gassing out, increased stamina regeneration by 20% until no longer gassed. Like, that's really good. Rock'em sock'em. Increased damage of uppercuts thrown to the head by 20%. I never really felt that. Increased flash dazed chance on uppercuts thrown by 10%. So this is what I mean by, like, Canelo. He has increased damage of punches thrown to the body by 25%. Increased damage of left hook punches thrown to the body by 50%. So right, those two are stacking, okay? So you're getting like a 75% increase on hooks to the body, and that's where that ridiculousness is coming from. And he also has the gas state bounce back. So it's not just Saul's stats, it's the liver destroyer, body worker, and both of them being 3. That's what's making his body damage just absurd. And yeah, so he's got all the right perks for how high of stats he has. So in terms of what we did with Connor there, I felt he was pretty good. I'd like to see him in his optimal weight class. I think he's in welterweight. Yeah, so he's an 83 in welterweight. But Saul's still a 90 in welterweight. So, yeah, I'd have to try him again in this weight class, but I don't think there'd be that much of a difference. So, next up, we're going to be doing Nigel Benn. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. On to the next video, you guys.